Hello guys, this is Nick from Atlas Collectables, and I'm going into match number 4 of my 5-match tournament standard. I'm playing Mardu Vehicles. Pretty much a cookie cutter list, but if you want to see the deck list, check the article on atlascollectables.com, or just check the first video in this series. Looking at my starting hand, it looks like a giant pile of garbage, so we're gonna ship that back. That is that is not better. Yeah, we'll mulligan. We're gonna keep this. It's all right. We're gonna bottom that, unfortunately. All right, so we're at a huge disadvantage going into the game. 7 cards to 5. Not great. My opponent is sweet too. Pitches the Evolving Wilds for. Okay. Turn 1, we're pretty easy turn 1 here. Land 2 Graft Exemplar. Get to play a duel, get to play a creature. Seems alright to me. Our opponent's probably going to play Servant. It's like I've seen this deck before. Spiral Canal, we don't have much to do here as far as combat because we got the 5-card hand. We're not likely to have a second drop. Next turn we can play Thalia, which is pretty decent. Like as if our opponent didn't have enough card advantage, he's gonna play an Evolving Wilds after a Tireless Tracker. Usually what that does is give him 2 clues. He's already pretty far ahead of us as far as cards. It's not really the best for us to make it. We'll lead out Thalia here. Better Motorist is fine, but next turn I can do both. Better Motorist and Cultivator's Caravan, so I think we're just going to try Thalia here. I would get an attack with Graft Exemplar if I did it the other way. I feel like I'd rather have Thalia than the 3 damage. Thalia's going to slow him down a little bit. It means you can't use Evolving Wilds to get 2 clues anymore either, which is kind of nice. Yeah, that's a good card. Yeah. Okay. This is not going super well. His deck's playing very well against me. So essentially at this point in the match, you should just try to figure out how to win the next one. My opponent has, Mana Dorks with the Servant. He's probably grilling green-red energy. But a weird tweak on it with Incendiary Flow. We'll know more if we can see more cards. Getting a few removal spells would be nice at this point, just so that we can kind of stall the game out a little bit. Yeah, that's not ideal, but it's fine. Let's play that. We want to get a red or a white left back, so that we can see what we're going to draw. Oh, okay. Those are pretty much exactly what we wanted to be on the top of our library. Yeah, that's kind of nice. So here, 2 Graft Exemplar only gets bigger on your own turn, so keeping them back to block is pretty useless. We're just going to jam in for 3. Drive our opponent to 17. We're likely to take anywhere from 6 to 8 damage on the crackback next turn. I'm going to chump block with the Veteran Motorist. Or do we take 8 and Crew? Either one is probably okay. So my problem here is if I play all aggressively, I'm playing down cards as well as against a Tireless Tracker. So yeah, it's kind of got some choices to make here. I don't know why my opponent's taking so long to decide to take damage, because there's no card that would stop this from hitting him in the standard format. But anyways, yeah, this matchup's kind of rough. It's basically whoever draws the removal spells in time to stop the person from just getting too big. If I can kill the Tireless Tracker next turn, we should be in a lot better of a spot. That said, if he plays out a few creatures this turn, or even a few land, with the Evolving Wilds trigger, we end up being a little bit even more behind. The clues are stacking up pretty quickly at this point. He's also got a couple cards on us because of that. There's 2 more clues. Yeah, so our opponent has 8 mana worth of clues on the board. So we've got some kind of potential issues. He wants to leave mana back so he can attack with a Tireless Tracker. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's green energy, or Teamer energy. Yeah, he's gonna draw a clue instead of trying to convince me to block. Sure. We take 5 here. There's not really much we can do. Thing at this current state. That said, we've got removal spells here and on the next card in our library. The best removal spell in our deck. So I mean, we're not in a bad spot. I'm pretty happy to kill that Tireless Tracker. It's a 5/4 with 3 clues on the board, so it's basically a 7/6. Alright, so my opponent right now has a bunch of draw spells. He's going to be behind in mana to play them. And a 2/3 that's going to make a 1/1. That's all he's got right now. So I mean, we're in a decent spot. Essentially, I think we start attacking now. We're going to take a little bit of damage for it, but I think that knowing that we have a removal spell on top of the library, this is the right line of play. We can't attack with Veteran Motorist because he can make a 1/1 and just jump block it, which feels pretty bad. But essentially, we're just going to see if he is willing to trade his Virtuosa for one of our creatures, well, for specifically the Tool Crowd Exemplar, because we kind of want to kill that card as fast as possible. Virtuoso makes 1/1 Thopters, and yeah, they're potentially very annoying. Yeah, I figured he might do this. This is fine. 3-drop. We already know our top card is going to be another Unlicensed Disintegration, so I think whatever he's trying to build up to here, which I'm not sure what, maybe a Virtus Gearhulk. Oh, Hydra, sure. So Hydra's the only thing that's really annoying here because we really can't kill Hydra. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's kind of annoying. Tomb of the Aether's a little annoying too because it puts him at 6 energy, which means you can activate the Hydra twice. It's kind of a rough spot to be in. But we have some play around with it. Essentially, our Cultivator's Caravan is still pretty huge. If he has a buff spell, I'm just dead to it anyways. I think we just keep attacking and think that we can kind of either convince him to block and pump into a position that isn't good for him, or can get him to essentially misplay. I mean, I think we're already dead to giving him double strike. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, he's got 6 energy. Are we just okay with that? Yeah, it kind of sucks. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's definitely an option. When your opponent has this many cards up on you, at this point in the game, you're kind of already pretty far behind. And you can still draw more. The Hydra with double strike will just kill us on the spot. Or he's gonna play with this one before he eats it. He must not have drawn the boss. Okay. We're gonna stay here to see more of his deck. This match is over. You'd have to like pretty heavily misplay at this point to get behind. Keeping in mind though, we did kind of catch up. He's popped at least 5 clues this game, and we're only behind by a card, a few lands, and you know, a fairly non-amazing board state. If we had drawn a few less lands recently in the last 2 draws and played some actual permanents, we'd be in a pretty good spot. Yeah, the only way out here is if he thinks he has lethal, just attacks with the Hydra. Like, he had to be pretty special to mess this one up. I'm gonna make him do it anyways, just to kind of go through the motions, but Okay. This isn't a bad sideboard match. Essentially, Galvanic Bombardment's our best card in this match. It's super good. So is Deck and Stone. We want to have blockers, and we also want to be out quick. Sky Serpent's also very good. Scrappy Scrounger, kind of a rough card, can't block. Doesn't really solve any problems in this matchup. Thalia's a bit slow. I'm going to cut the other Gideon actually, and probably one more Caravan. One of the play, I want to keep 2 Thalias in. Maybe a Harnesslet now. Yeah. Sure. So essentially what we're doing here is we're cutting down on our Gideons. They're good, but they're not good enough in this matchup. Scary Scrounger's line of text as a can't block is kind of rough, even though the match has a lot of removal, which is usually a spot you want to have Scrounger. It's not worth having in the deck if you can't block the creatures. Energy decks are kind of iffy because if you don't block, you're just dead to a buff spell and enough of the energy. So hopefully we get a hand we can keep this time. This hand is not ideal, but it's keepable. If we do get another land, and when we do get another land, it becomes a lot better. So yeah, we'll try this. Awesome. So our lead out here is going to be Inspire Advantage, Thriven Inspector. It's really we could leave it enough mana, but this deck doesn't really play any 1-drops. Seraph 1-2 that you need to be worried about. So right now we'll be fine with that. This played out kind of nicely. I ideally like to have this played now. So let's just work down in general. Beat in for 1, leave Aether Hub back. Our opponent's probably going to play Servant to the Conduit, which will Galvanic Bombardment, end of turn. Generally, we're just pretty far ahead at that point. A land off the top would be really good. We could pop the Clue, but that kind of slows our Tool Gravity Exemplar down. So we'll do that after combat if we don't draw a land. But look, guys, are winning. Huzzah! Alright. There it is. My opponent doesn't have a 2-drop. And we drew what we needed, so that's kind of nice. So here we lead out Cultivator's Caravan. The reason we do that is because it can still tap to give mana. Also, if for some weird reason he manages to kill on my artifacts, we'll make sure that we mention our buff on Tool Craft Exemplar. It's a pretty silly reason to play. So here we're pretty happy to just pass the turn. Cultivator's Caravan can still tap for 1 red mana and let us Galvanic Bombardment. Our opponent's, pretty far behind, but has 7 cards in hand. But doesn't pair that well against 3 removal spells. Yeah, Virtuosa. Okay. And we're pretty okay with that. Yeah, Smuggler's Copter is pretty good. We'll take that. So I have 2 options here. Either we play the Smuggler's Copter and attack with our creatures, or we just unlicense Disintegration the Virtuoso and attack for a bunch of damage. I'm inclined to go for the attack. Yeah, it could either way. The thing is, he's going to make a 1/1 in response to our attack, so he blocks the 5 damage coming at him. I think that's still probably correct. We do lose our 1 energy to do that, though. Yeah, so he made a stop there. That's fine. I think because our biggest threat's going to get blocked anyways, I'm inclined to just kind of attack this way for this turn. Oh, I couldn't accrued anyways. Yeah, okay. I'm just playing badly. He might just take the damage and say that Thatcher is a chump blocker. We still are saving a Galvanic Bombardment back, so that's kind of nice. Essentially, we just want to kill Tireless Tracker if he hits the board, because the card's just unreal. Opponent's taking really long to decide what to jump block. So we have a removal spell in hand, a weak removal spell in hand, and like the best card in our deck, so we're pretty comfortable at this spot. I wouldn't mind drawing a land into Sky Sovereign, but Radiant Flames, uh-oh. That's a good card. Okay. Here, great. There's a couple cards that could be really good. That would be one of them, so we're just generally okay with that. Better Motors, let's see the top of our library, which is convenient. Another Caravan is okay. I'm inclined not to want it. It's not much of a win condition. Our opponent's going to be at really low life anyways. So we're going to bottom it. We'll crew and put our opponent to 5 life. So our opponent plays a creature that has less than 2 toughness, we just automatically win the game. Actually, we win it either way. Never mind. Any creature being the answer, we win the game. Okay, so that's Tireless Tracker. I don't have mana to stop him from becoming a 4/3, but that's fine. Our opponent has Harness Lightning as an out. No. Oh yeah. If we go for the route of Unlicensed Disintegration, our opponent's out is Harness Lightning, but even at that point, we're still sort of ahead, so. So we'll burn that guy. Yeah, there's the Harness Lightning, so that's what you kind of expect. So that puts our opponent to 2. So it's not exactly a bad spot for us. We have a clue, an extra removal spell. Like we're definitely in a spot where we're kind of comfortable. Although our opponent could just like slam the win here at any time. Hydra is pretty good, but it doesn't fly. Oh, we killed Tireless Tracker ahead of the Evolving Wilds. Look at that. Cool. So we get to do something cool here. I don't know if we're actually gonna do it though. 1 second. So we could play the Inventor's Apprentice and the Smuggler's Copter, crew the Copter to crew the Cultivator's Caravan. Our opponent would have to buff the Hydra and block, killing our Caravan, but I don't know if we actually care. It leaves us in a pretty good board state, and our opponent will have nothing, and we'll have 2 creatures, well, a creature and a Smuggler's Copter at 2 life. I think that's where we want to take. I mean, I'd be a little bit more cautious if my last creature back didn't fly, as my opponent has a Lumbering Falls, but I think we're okay. So our opponent will buff the Hydra and block. So our opponent's pretty dead to almost anything we have. He had to have a removal spell for the Smuggler's Copter, and that's just not going to do it. Oh, that actually will. Virtuoso is great, it gives him 1/1. That's kind of annoying, but I mean, it's not the end of the world for us. Galvanic Bombardment's going to kill the 2/2. I don't really have any better targets for that bombardment, so I might as well use it now. That means that if I draw the second one, it's just going to do 3 damage instead, which would be pretty cool. Smuggler's Copter, it's okay. We'll take it as a draw, but it's not really what we're looking for. I'm going to pop the Clue, just so I can try to find a spell for the... Okay, that's kind of funny. Yeah, so we'll crew here. My opponent bought himself a little bit of time because he's got Virtuoso, so he can just keep making 1/1s. I don't really want the land. I'm going to play the second Smuggler's Copter just so we have an out. If we draw another creature, it's just lethal. Deccan Stone is like good to have in our hand, but it's not particularly useful in this current state. Our opponent sees that and he's looking for an answer. He needs to find 1 more energy before he has anything. Yeah, there it is. Any creature off the top would be great. That's not a creature, but it's kind of cool. I mean, we have to keep doing this until our opponent runs out of flyers. The other reason is this is getting us closer and closer to Unlicensed Disintegration as the draw, at which point we just win the game. Harness Lightning's pretty good. I might just ditch the Deccan Stone. No, actually we don't need this. So I'm actually going to kill the Whirler Virtuoso in response, only because... Actually, no. Sure, in response to the block, I'm going to kill Whirler Virtuoso. The reason is I don't want him to draw more energy and keep finding more answers. The longer this thing lives, the longer he can kind of stay. He didn't create one response either, which is a bit weird. I'm surprised he didn't just fire off a Thopter in response. Yeah, he conceded, he realized he messed up. Okay, going to game 3. This deck is running how I want it to. Deccan Stone feels a bit weird, if I'm being honest. I might pull them out for just getting a little bit extra aggro in there. Yeah, seems okay. Maybe our opponent will mess up and misclick and give me the play. That'd be great. That would feel pretty good. Look at that hand of absolute trash. We've got our 2 best removal spells and 2 legendary creatures and a bunch of good cards, and we absolutely cannot keep that because it's a pile. This hand, I mean, it's not great, but we'll keep it. That actually makes it a lot better. We will top that. The reason it makes it better is now I can go Toolcraft Exemplar and then Scrappy Scrounger. It's not a bad spot to be in. So we'll take that. Servant of the Conduit here is kind of annoying, yeah. Although Concealed Courtyard's pretty good, so... So we're going to attack here and offer the trade. If he takes the block, it means he doesn't have a play. He might just take the damage because he has a play on 4 mana, or he doesn't have land in his hand. Yeah, he's using that card for energy. He's okay to trade it off. Win 2 energy to the trade. I just want to get the blocker off the board. So if he doesn't have a good play here, we lead out Thalia. If he does have a good play here, we lead out Unlicensed Disintegration. It's looking like he's not going to have a good play. It's also looking like Thalia might be better than he is. Because he's stuck on mana, it looks like. That doesn't make our hand any better, unfortunately, but it's still not a bad card to have. So here's Thalia. He's going to block, but I mean, we get him back for free anyways. Alright, he's got to play on 4 or 5. We could be in trouble here. The Hydra, it'd be really good. Yeah, that's the one. That guy. Although he is tapped. So not wholly useful this turn. So Hydra's like impossible to kill. It's kind of a weird card. So we kind of rely on our opponent to misplay a lot. The nice part is, I mean, we are using Thalia to win the game, so everything he does is going to come into play tapped. Oh, jeez. Or he has 2 Hydras. That helps too. Then you release a card that empties someone's energy pool. Just so hard to get it back under control. So we get the Hydra Hexproof 4 times. And make it an 8/7. I kind of need to get a flyer to go around it. It's pretty much our only play at this point. So yeah, our best card here is Roller Sculptor. Oh, actually, no, it's not. We put in the boat. Sky Sovereign. So Long Dust Cub is easy to kill. I'm generally not afraid of that card. We just wanted to attack with it and use a ton of energy to save it, and then just kill it in response. We're gonna leave him open for a misplay. We need a flyer to win this game. He has to invest a lot to attack at this point, because we can double block with Thalia and Cultivator's Caravan. I don't think he will, yeah. Oh, but our draws are not being very helpful. I want to throw that down and just hope I draw the Love Boat next turn. Sky Sovereign. Sky Sovereign's great here because it targets the Long Tusk Cub, makes him have to use some energy to save it. As well as just giving us a 6/5 flyer that will end the game in 2 turns. Solar's Copper would do a similar thing. That's annoying. We have another Thalia in our hand though, so I mean we have ways around that, but it's not good though. So that means he's going to attack this turn. We could be in trouble. So Long Tusk Cub doesn't get Hexproof, which is the important move about Long Tusk Cub. So we can make him try to invest a lot of resources in saving the Long Tusk Cub. We can generally kill it that way. We want to leave it in a spot that it can get to 6/6, which he has enough energy to do. That's kind of surprising. He's going to make that into a 6/5, which would take 6 of his energy. It's not enough. I needed the double block to make that make sense. So, because our opponent's not an idiot, I'm going to use this mana now. I'm tempted to attack with Scrap Heap Scratcher here. The reason is because then he'll kill it, use 3 energy, and I'll just get it back for free. But it does leave me with nothing to crew my Cultivator's Caravan for a turn, so I'm going to leave that alone. Essentially, I want him to be in a spot where attacking will cost him one of the Hydras and a bunch of energy. Letting me draw cards isn't good because he already has his best card on the board. But I haven't seen one yet, so... Yeah, attack's really bad for him at this point. Sylvan Advocate, that's a heck of a card. I'm worse than keep trying nothing, because... Hashtag swag. Any flyer would be like game breaking here. But. So Lumbering Falls is not good for us. He has some slowing he can actually kill us with. There we go. That's a card. We're gonna target a Hydra. So he has to buff it. Which we're okay with. So he has to attack next turn, basically. His board state's really bad. Now. It was really good last turn. He doesn't really have great attacks. He'd have to do a lot of work to kind of get an attack through, but... He now knows he has like a 1-turn clock to kill me. The Harness Lightning in our hand isn't great. Doesn't do a lot for us. But Thalia and Scrap Heap Scrounger can crew both these vehicles. So we have a 5-5 and a 6-5. Which means that his blocks or attacks aren't good. I don't think he has a good way of dealing 20 damage either. And if he commits to a full attack, I'll just kill him on the backswing. Because I can kill Sylvan Advocate for free. The 5-5 kind of sucks. I don't have a good way of killing that. But I could double block it with Thalia and Cultivator's Caravan. I want to keep Sky Sovereign alive if I can. Sylvan Advocate's kind of annoying because he's Vigilance, so that's probably somewhere I want to be blocking. Essentially, he has to figure out a way to do this without losing too many resources. He's got a slightly better board state, maybe not. I think maybe I have a slightly better board state, but even if it's a creature left in his hand, it's not great because it's going to come into play tapped anyways. He's dead to Unlicensed Disintegration off the top. He's dead to a lot of things, but I think we should be pretty comfortable right now. I think our opponent's trying to kind of figure that out. So if the 4-5 swings in, Sylvan Advocate, it's Vigilance, it should swing. I chomp it with the Sky Sovereign. I can take both Bristling Hydras, because they only have 3 power they can get. Oh, that's the hexproof. 3 power, so they can get 10 plus 2 more, so 12. Oh, Radiant Flames is pretty good. That was a very good play. What's my out? So here we have to crew in response, because we'll die if we don't. Yeah, Radiant Flames is pretty good. Okay, I think I see how I can get the win here. But I need him to pretty heavily misplay. So we're going to take 5, 10, 15. But I'm not going to take 15. I'll take 5, 10, 13, 14, 15, leaving me at 1 life. I win if I top deck a creature. Or problem is I just don't have a good way of blocking Lumbering Falls. That was a pretty good play from him. I think we just have to like do this and hope. My cat's kind of awesome. But yeah, so at this point, our opponent's going to deal 15 damage. Unless I miscalculate, I'm going to count again really quickly because I'm going to be dead if I'm not right. But it looks like what we're going to take. We have Scrappy Scrounger in the bin, which means we have 1 creature to crew a vehicle. If we top deck any of the billion creatures in our deck, we're good. I think we have about a 50-50 chance of winning at this point. It's not exactly where I want to be, but I mean, that Radiant Flames was insane. Alright, I feel bad, kitty. Come here. You're fine. Alright, you don't want to anymore? He's not. Just put me there. I think that makes sense. I think we win. I think that was the win there. So we really quickly play black and colorless mana to bring Rex Scrappy Scrounger from the bin. And then we go red, white for this cool dude. And I think we're good. Opponent concession? I mean, like, there is a few things that could kill us, but I don't think they actually do. If he burns this in response, we just crew. There's no 1 mana deal 5. That would be insane. Force of Will would be great, but I don't think it's legal in the format. Drink your water, kids. Drink your water. I think my opponent's going to be a jerk, and let me wait here because I top decked. That's what I mean. At this point, we have 44 cards left in the library. We haven't seen very many creatures this game. 2 in the exile, 1, 2. We've seen like 6 of our creatures this game. The chances of me hitting a creature there were pretty high. It did have to have 3 power, so I guess maybe I did get a little bit lucky. So I guess maybe it was like 15 or 20% maybe, but I'm still kind of okay with it. I'm going to loudly open my Diet Coke now. Yeah. Well, welcome back. We just have been sitting here for 5 minutes while Mr. Gemini decides when he wants to lose to me top decking Veteran Motorist. If you play MTGO, please don't do this. It's incredibly annoying. But our opponent is going to be eliminated from, I guess, getting a lot of credit. I don't know if I said this already, actually, beginning of this tournament. This is the 4th round. I'm 2-1, so he's not even, like, eliminated, but no one wants to finish 3-2. I lost to Aetherworks Marvel, I think. No, I didn't. I lost to Red Green Energy? Wow, it's been a while. Anyways, I lost to something in the first round that I shouldn't have lost to. Just really bad draws. And like my opponent just had like everything he wanted and more, and all I had was lands. So Magic cards, they're a thing. This is why you play Hearthstone. Wait, don't do that. Yeah, anyways, I'm kind of going insane because I've been sitting here for 7 minutes watching a timer go down. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'm Nick from Atlas Collectables. This is going to be the end of the match. reason my opponent's doing this is because I can easily just crew both my Cultivator's Caravan and my Sky Siren and swing for the win. And he's annoyed because I pulled, it was a really, really close game and I kind of pulled it out of nowhere. So, anyways, thanks a lot for watching. The next video will be up shortly. We'll find out if I 4-1 this. I know it's not super exciting to see some 4-1, but I'm going to open the chest after if I do 4-1. Actually, if I 3-2, I'll open the chest after as well, just so you have something to look forward to. This match is over, right? MTGO is low. There you go. But yeah, don't do this if you're on MTGO. It's really rude. Watch our next video. Visit atlascollectables.com or visit us on Facebook or the local tournament store. Our guys are around everywhere, playing Magic, doing stuff. Or visit our eBay store at ebay.com/atlascollectables. I think it's stores.ebay.com/atlascollectables. I'm awesome. Yeah, watch the next video. 4-1, possibly.